Hello, welcome to Warwick Weekly. My name is Lauren Holgate. Research has shown that a poor skills base, inadequate qualifications and lack of experience in the workforce are preventing businesses from taking advantage of economic recovery. The UK Commission for Employment and Skills found that more than 1 in 5 vacancies are due to a shortage of skilled workers, and also showed employers struggled to find employees with adequate communication, literacy and numeracy skills. Almost half of employers across the UK also admitted to recruiting young people with higher levels of skills and knowledge than required for the job. Neil Carberry, Director of Employment and Skills for the Confederation of British Industry, said that an expansion of high-quality apprenticeships can learn while you earn schemes are needed to meet the needs of both businesses and employees. He also said that there must be a sea change in the quality of careers advice in schools, who should work more closely with key sectors facing shortages. Warwick Manufacturing Group is currently developing an academy for young engineers for local 14 to 19-year-olds. The university is working with over 40 key employers, including Jaguar Land Rover, International Business Machines, National Grid and Automotive Installations, and will be offering 640 places scheduled to start in September 2014. Dr. Ralph Speck, the Chief Executive of Jaguar Land Rover, said, "WMG is the perfect partner to help develop our engineering community, and I am delighted that so many of our employees will be able to study for a manufacturing or engineering degree at one of the UK's leading academic institutions." UCAS has revealed female university applicants outnumber males by over a third this year. The Chief Executive of UCAS predicted that this new gender gap will come to overshadow the gap between rich and poor students. With more and more students applying to university, general applications rose by 4% this year. But this most striking statistic is that 87,000 more women than men have applied. Warwick, however, seems to have bucked this trend. This year, 52% of applicants are male, according to Communications Officer Peter Dunn. Second-year maths student Michael Porter shared his thoughts on these stats and said, "It's never occurred to me that there were more female students than male, but if that's how it is, then I don't see why anyone should try to balance it out." Education postgraduate Rina Tanaka noted that even though more young women might apply for university or pass tricky entrance exams, these figures are reversed later on in life when more women than men give up their careers for children. It is yet unknown why Warwick doesn't follow this trend set by other British universities. A group of Warwick engineering students have built a satellite that will be taken into space by European Space Agency rocket. The Warwick University satellite team are the only group from Britain selected to participate in the rocket experiments for University Students project. The team is made up of 7 Master of Engineering students, 2 PhD advisors and 1 supervising academic, Dr. Bill Crofts. The rocket is set to launch in 2015. The group will test their satellite design by high-altitude balloon launch this March. Following the test, the satellite will be sent to around 100 kilometres into space from the Swedish Esrange Space Centre. The satellite will help astronomers study planets outside our solar system by using light to analyse the composition of their atmosphere. It will look at gases like oxygen and sodium by measuring the intensity of sunlight at specific wavelengths and different heights as it descends. The project could even help determine the possibility of life on other planets. Christopher John Hanbury Williams, an engineering student and member of team, said, "I am delighted to be selected for the project. It is one of the most prestigious at the university and its challenging nature is exactly why I applied for engineering at Warwick." The results are in from this term's all-student meeting. The previous record of voters, 1,092, jumped to 1,856, that's a 70% increase. Reasons for increased student participation can be attributed to the popularity of the motions, with relaxation of campaigning regulations, already existing campaigns such as No More Page for Three, No More Page for Three. The campaign now will be onto our correspondent on campus for more on this story.
Hi, I'm Tom Newton. Every student has an equal voice. This is the principle underlying Warwick Student Union's democratic structures. The all-student meeting is a chance for anyone to have their voice heard and to vote on policies they want to see implemented in the future. With a record-breaking number of voters at this term's all-student meeting, I'm here on campus to gauge your response to the results. Perhaps the most infamous campaign of the term was No More Page 3, with supporters battling to have the Sun newspaper removed from campus. The online circulation of the campaign video helped garner support, with Warwick students holding signs reading "Boobs are not news" to the music of "Here Comes the Sun," with the lyrics having been changed to "Shun the Sun." Well, the video obviously raised awareness of the movement, with a turnout of 1,635 voters. However, it was a narrow win for the motion, with 918 in favour and 607 against the banning of the Sun. So what do you students think?
If there was a campus where there were more children around, I feel like it'd be more beneficial, but I don't think it's that big of a deal because everyone's adults. The minimum person is like 18 years old here. I don't think it's that much of an issue, but in terms of women's rights and equality and whether they feel comfortable with it, I think it's a good move forward.
How do you feel about the Sun being banned on campus?
Yeah, I think it's certainly a great idea. I mean, as a place of education, this isn't the kind of message we should be putting out to new young students coming into this system.
Yeah, I feel it's like really representative of a really good sort of change of mindset, sort of in sort of general Warwick society. You know, the less right-wing press we have on campus is better, and also the less sort of leaning of women, kind of good thing.
Do you not feel it does throw up issues of censorship on a campus?
I really think, well, I mean, they've put something out here, and equally we're putting out our own freedom of speech, and this is our enactment of freedom of speech, saying that this is wrong. I mean, the right to publication is equally as important as the right to protest.
No, if you really want to read the Sun, it's not that hard to walk to Tesco anyway. I mean, like, it's not that much of a chore.
Another popular motion voted on in last week's meeting was the clarification of rules regarding themed events at the SU. Every Wednesday, this space in the SU is crammed full of societies circling in preparation for pop, many dressed up. Pop is such an inherent part of Warwick Society's social calendar. Themed dress codes such as cowboys and Indians are synonymous with events held here in the Student Union. However, some feel the dress codes are unsavoury and politically incorrect. This was an opinion contested in the meeting, with 928 students voting against themed events being banned, in contrast to a mere 323 voting for. So what do you guys think about the motion being revoked?
I don't know, I think it's a problem of democracy, having you know, white students voting on issues of people of colour and minority groups. I think that's a main concern. It should be people who have experience in a certain issue really having the power to control their experience on campus, and really this involves that.
I kind of feel like people maybe think like, oh, they're trying to control how much fun I can have, but really it's not actually anything to do with that. It's just more to do with sensitivity.
I feel fine about it. I've never been offended by it. I don't see how many people can be offended by it. I think most people at this uni are intelligent enough not to dress inappropriate. I think it's a bit of fun, and most students dress up wherever you go, so I don't think it's that bad.
Well, I've never felt any of the themes to be offensive or derogatory. I think I would notice if they were, and I've never met or heard of anybody who was offended by them. I just think it's an unnecessarily restrictive regulation which was trying to be imposed by the university.
Are you fully aware of all the ins and outs of the motion?
Not fully, but I did have a quick overview, and I just disagreed fundamentally with the idea. I thought it was, to use kind of cliched phrase, political correctness gone mad.
So, student opinion form around campus generally does tie in with the results of the all-student meeting. It was a successful meeting this year with a very high turnout, probably due to the fact that all issues being discussed were very pertinent to students around campus. Thank you.
Thanks for that. Neck and nominate. If your newsfeed hasn't been bombarded by this new craze, then I'd be very surprised. The fad consists of a nomination by a friend to consume a variant of alcohol in one go. Once completed, the nomination is passed on to the next lucky victim. If you're not too camera shy, the whole process is a triumph and posted to Facebook. So that's the basic framework. Beyond this, there are a few rules by the nominee must abide by. These include adhering to a time limit whereby the task must be done within 24 hours, as well as usually drinking a concoction of something rather vile, unusual or humorous. The Neck Nominate fad originally apparently happened in Australia, but has now embedded itself in the already infamous drinking culture of British universities in a rather concerning way. From raw eggs, chili sauce, Marmite, washing up liquid, moisturiser, to even urine, health risks have been signalled associated with this activity. Concern over peer pressure is becoming apparent, and with at least one death linked to the craze, there have been calls for a ban to this online phenomenon. So, can we actually conclude that this fad is a danger to society? There have been a few mock neck nominations, with some refusing to succumb to peer pressure by drinking something other than alcohol, or instead carrying out a good deed, such as buying a homeless person a sandwich. You can check out more information on all our stories by visiting our website tv.warwick.ac.uk or our Facebook page www.facebook.com/WarwickTV. I've been Lauren Holgate and thank you very much for watching. Have a lovely week.